coward!
Oi.
They.
So, you used to watch VH1's I Love the 80s? Okay, Leia Ramini, don't freak out, because you can't get enough 1986. Because you're still surviving in the wilderness with only your hatchet, admit it. This is THR's I Ate the 80s.
You kids with your Five Nights at Freddy's. Where were you back in the 80s when Teddy Ruxpin was scaring the crap out of kids?
Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin.
In real life, Teddy Ruxpin was a doll made by a company called Worlds of Wonder. Teddy operated on an interesting exploit in how cassette tapes worked. Each Teddy Ruxpin cassette contained his dialogue on only one of the stereo channels. The other one was used to puppet his eyes and mouth. Now, this alone would have sold tons of dolls, but the creator of Teddy Ruxpin wasn't even thinking of the dolls when he created the character. He had this huge Tolkien-esque storyline he wanted to tell, and he did through the stories that Teddy Ruxpin read to you. Well, it's kind of a stretch to say he read them, more like he told you the stories while you looked at carefully timed pictures. Each Teddy Ruxpin book, like this one, Autumn Adventure, comes with a big cast page up at the front on the end papers, and then on the back end papers, there's a huge map. Let's have a look at them. Here's the cast of Teddy Ruxpin. Let's see. Teddy Ruxpin himself is a bear wearing a beige wife beater that buttons up at the sides for some reason. And then there's Grubby, who looks like a forcibly evolved Wiggler from Super Mario World. And then there's Newton Gimmick, who is clearly some kind of inventor, but more interestingly, he and Teddy are some of the few people in this world to have a proper nose. Most of these characters have a sort of Fraggle-like snout that ends without any nostrils. Like Princess Aruzia and Prince Aaron, lovers or siblings, or possibly both. And Tweeg is much the same way, although he's clearly some kind of reptile magician. And he's got Bounder, who is a two-legged thing that looks like a Troggle from Word Munchers. Grunge, who looks sort of like if Grubby sold his back two segments and became a Yakuza boss. Gutang, who looks really interesting. He looks like he's part Dogu figurine and part Ziggurat. And then there's Mudblup, who is half mud and half blup. And then there's Leota the fairy, who is clearly a fairy named Leota. The Fobs, which are, wow, they look a lot like Furbies, don't they? Only I think they're a little more endearing. And something called the Woolly What's-It? Well, they got the name right. That's exactly what I want to know what he is. What's it? And of course they go on cool adventures in places like the Moss Forest, and the Woodley Bog, and the Bogley Woods. Wait, didn't Mario go there? Hard to find city. Oh, come on, it's right there. Now, I never owned a Teddy Ruxpin in my life. I've never listened to any of these stories that he tells. So I have to go just by the extremely limited number of words in this book and try to piece together what the story is here. All our friends have to do is look around and listen to know all about autumn. Now, Grubby here, who has thumbs on his feet, is looking absolutely baffled by the very concept of autumn. How old is Grubby? Autumn is another name for fall. Why it's called fall, I have no clue. Meanwhile, Grubby has totally taken to the falling leaves that terrified him just moments ago. Hey, Teddy, look! It's me, Mario! Do you wonder why the pumpkins only come out in autumn? Well, that's when pumpkins have nuptial flights. It's really beautiful to see swarms of pumpkins dancing in midair. Grubby, do you remember that we're invited to a special dinner today? Oh, the Halloween thing was quick. I guess they're moving right on to Thanksgiving. I don't know why Grundo Valley has a Thanksgiving. Is it part of America? This is a very special dinner. No, really, what are they doing? Why are they building ceramic costumes? What are they, mummers? Oh, okay, they were making costumes, so it is still Halloween. Oh, hello, Teddy. Hello, Grubby. Mudblups, right? Oh, there's more than one Mudblup? I thought he was an individual. Grubby and I helped Gimmick make a Mud and Branch costume. Yeah, great. He looks just like a mud and branch. Wow, Grubby is terrified. He forgot that only seconds ago he was making this costume. Surprise! And the universal reaction from these creatures is, "You have got to be kidding me!" So do these little penguin guys live in the waterfall of Skittles? That might explain why they look so delicious. It's always a little weird when you admit that you want to eat the characters in a book, but oh my god, I would love to taste a fob. Oh, there's the Woolly Whatsit. It looks like he's one of those cowardly lion types. Now, is he afraid of the costumes, or of that house that is clearly turning into a scorpion before our very eyes? We all helped Woolly make a beautiful flower costume. Beautiful, yes, but it looks like a rafflesia. Makes me wonder how Woolly Whatsit smells. Okay, now I need to stop wondering. Suddenly, we saw something real strange.
Hey Teddy, get us! We're a Goosebumps cover!
It was the Grunges! Okay, first Mud Blups and now the Grunges. Are all of these characters not individuals? Could they meet like a whole other tribe of Newton gimmicks? Pumpkins on Parade! In quotation marks. I guess that's the song that's supposed to be playing as you look at this last part. What I like about this illustration is that the pumpkin and the mushroom makes it look like the pumpkin is a commentator. Now, just arriving on 43rd Street, you'll see the Woolly Whatsit balloon. Now, he's over 150 feet tall, and it takes 20 performers just to move his legs. Woolly is brought to you by Worlds of Wonder, who wants you to have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. I actually have a bunch of these Teddy Ruxpin books, but they're all kind of disappointing because there's only one that I've ever found that has a significant amount of text in it, and it's mostly just song lyrics. So I always thought of Teddy Ruxpin as being sort of a literacy-themed toy, but it's kind of not. My mom also told me that she spent a whole Christmas season looking for a Teddy Ruxpin toy for me and couldn't find one anywhere. I don't recall ever actually wanting him that much. I mean, these stories are pretty cool, but I like to read my stories, not have them read to me. But in the end, it worked out fine. You know, I may never have had a Teddy Ruxpin or a Grubby or any of those toys, but at least I've got a Woolly Whatsit. Aren't you? Aren't you a Woolly Whatsit? Aren't you a Woolly Whatsit? Aren't you, Woolly? Look at this wall. Look at this wall. I also have a medium coat Whatsit.